Titan alert, Titan alert. Titan alert, Titan alert.
What if you were in this situation? Would you know what to do? What supplies to get? Where to seek refuge? My name is Logan Hickman. I am a survival expert in extreme matters, such as zombie apocalypses and robot domination. I invite you to join me. Welcome to Sci-Fi Survival Guides, Episode 54, How to Survive a Godzilla Attack. It is currently October 26th, 2021. For this episode, we will be traveling to the world of Titans, a world where Godzilla actually exists. How are we going to do this, you may ask? Through the space-time vehicle I like to call the Quester, the Quantum Universal Extraterrestrial Supersonic Thermodynamic Exploration Rover. It's beautiful. Anyway, let's hop on in. Fancy, isn't it? It kind of reminds me of the TARDIS from Doctor Who. Anyway, let's stop admiring this and let's go to the world of Titans. Let's see. Push this, pull this. Aha! Here we go! Now, a quick disclaimer. I borrowed this vehicle from Area 51, and I just finished reading the instructions about 15 minutes ago, but I totally know what I'm doing. I'm sure it'll be just fine. See, I told you I knew what I was doing. According to these readings, we are currently in Tokyo, Japan on November 3rd, 2073. Godzilla is currently attacking a nuclear plant located here. I know you can't see or hear anything right now, but that is because the windows are closed. I'll open them so we can see what is going on. Man, it is a war zone down there. But don't worry, the Quester has a cloaking device, ray shields, and is currently in the sky, so you don't have to worry if we will get shot down or blown to bits. Now let me do the honor of explaining to you what this monster is and what all he can do. First, let me set the mood by playing some fitting music. Yeah, here we go. This is more like it. So, according to a scientific organization here called Monarch, Godzilla, also called Titanus Gojira, is a giant reptilian titan that is millions of years old. But what exactly is a titan? Titans are an ancient superspecies that roamed this earth long before man came. Titans are referred to as physical forces of nature itself, in the words of the late Dr. Sarazawa.
Nature has an order, a power to restore balance.
These titans feed off of radiation, which also explains their extraordinary size and abilities. Godzilla here is about 393 feet tall and 582 feet long from head to tail. Now for comparison, the Centerpoint building in London is 118 meters tall, which is about 387 feet tall. This guy is ginormous. Earlier when we first got here, you may have heard. Okay, give me a second. Thank you! Anyway, you may have heard that roar, or a roar like it. Godzilla's roar can get up to 174 decibels and can be heard up to 3 miles away. You know, it takes 185 to 200 decibels to kill you, right? Now that being said, his roar won't kill you, but if you're close enough, it will cause you to go deaf because it takes 150 decibels to go deaf. So let's just say that Godzilla would not be a good motivational speaker. One of the things that Godzilla is most famous for is that long tail. He uses it in multiple ways, like for attacking by swinging it like he did to the male Muto, massive unidentified terrestrial organism that Godzilla fought back in 2014, and for swimming in oceans across the world. Another thing that Godzilla is famous for, and perhaps mostly famous for, is his atomic breath. Now, he may or may not use it here with us, but if we get lucky, he may use it. I sound kind of terrible saying this because he's currently destroying a city. But oh well. His atomic breath has an energy yield of 3.15 times 10 to the 14th power joules. Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but according to Apex Cybernetics, that power is comparable with that of an atomic bomb or small meteor. Now, that is an insane amount of power. But have you ever thought of how hot his atomic breath gets? No? Okay, maybe just me then. The official Godzilla guidebook states that his atomic breath is 500,000 degrees Celsius. The chromosphere of the sun is 20,000 degrees Celsius. Oh, wait, I think he's about to use it. This is actually a great opportunity to explain what he does when he is about to fire his atomic breath, but I have to make this quick. Whenever Godzilla wants to use his atomic breath, the dorsal plates on his back begin to glow blue. As they're charging up, he... Man, what a sight! That blue fiery beam, my goodness, that was amazing. Oh, sorry, for a second I forgot what I was doing. But you gotta admit, that was pretty cool. Anyway, back to the Godzilla facts. Believe it or not, Godzilla can run incredibly fast. This may come as a shock to you considering his size and giant legs he is famous for. Whenever Godzilla ran towards Titanus Ghidorah, a three-headed titan from outer space, back in 2019, and stopped him dead in his tracks, Godzilla was calculated at running at 200 miles an hour. That is faster than my car's top speed. Hey, don't judge me. I'm on a tight budget here, okay? Godzilla's strongest form, though, is whenever he is in his burning form. Whenever he is in this form, his entire body is glowing orangish red. This form was achieved back in 2019, whenever Titanus Mojira, also called Mothra, a giant butterfly titan, sacrificed herself and essentially gave her essence to him. Another factor that allowed Godzilla to get to this state was being overcharged by a nuke that Dr. Serizawa detonated on him. That's right, not even a nuclear bomb can kill Godzilla. While in his burning form, his body is spewing huge amounts of heat and radiation. He was so hot that he was melting entire buildings that were close to him. According to Dr. Alexander Holtram, a scientist here who specializes in the science of heat and fusion, concrete melts at about 1500 degrees Celsius and iron melts at 1538 degrees Celsius. These are gradual melting temperatures, not instantaneous. So judging from what he said, and from the fact that entire buildings were melting instantly, Godzilla was insanely hot. In his burning form, Godzilla can emit a nuclear pulse, which is basically a hydrogen bomb. Here's a sound clip of Godzilla using it against Titanus Ghidorah. If you listened carefully whenever he first did the pulse, you may have heard the roar of Titanus Mojira. This is because of her essence being bestowed in Godzilla. Godzilla's nuclear pulse is way hotter than he even is. It was so hot that the entire section of San Francisco he was in was decimated. Thankfully, Godzilla only uses this form as a last resort. Now that we have taken a deep look into Godzilla and his abilities, it is now time for us to see what is the best way to survive an attack from this monstrous creature. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Hello, my name is Clifford the Mouse, and I'm here to tell you about a new mouse repellent. Wait, what?
Are you having mouse problems?
I did not sign up for this.
Are you bothered by the small things in life?
This is ridiculous.
Then get the new Buy Mice!
Wait, what?
This is a revolutionary spray with the most advanced anti-animal repellent to date.
Please don't. I promise I will never take your food again.
Your problems are just one spray away. Get Buy Mice today.
I am calling my attorney.
So, is there any way to survive an attack by the King of the Monsters? I can tell you by looking out the window that your chances are very slim, at least directly. The best thing that you can do is evacuate. If you evacuate successfully, you will evade any attack by Godzilla. But notice I said successfully. No doubt, if you are attacked by Godzilla, you will not be the only person trying to evacuate. Plus, there are other things to consider while evacuating. 1. Other Titans. As I've mentioned before, Godzilla isn't the only Titan out there. There is Titaness Ghidorah, aka Monster Zero, Titaness Mojira, aka Mothra, Titaness Rodan, a pterodon-like titan with volcanic properties, Titaness Kong, an ape-like titan, and many others. According to Monarch, there are over 17 titans around this world. Out of all these titans, the strongest are regarded as alphas, like Godzilla, Ghidorah, Mothra, and Kong. These titans can cause massive destruction, especially the alphas, and these titans sometimes fight each other for dominance, territory, etc. One clear example of titans fighting each other and causing massive destruction is Godzilla vs. Kong. These two titans battled to the death in Hong Kong, China. These two titans battled to the death in Hong Kong, China. In the end, Godzilla was superior and won the battle. The destruction caused by their fight was extensive, especially since Godzilla blew a hole to the center of the Earth. So if you are trying to survive, just stay away from all titans in general. 2. Tsunamis. Like I mentioned earlier, Godzilla lives in the ocean. Because of this and his size, if he decides to surface onto land, he could cause a tsunami to occur. This happened in 2014 whenever Godzilla was going after the Muto mentioned earlier. The best way to avoid a tsunami if you can't evacuate is to get to higher ground. If you are inland, this is not an issue. But if you are near an ocean, you'll want to see your way out of there as soon as possible. What? Bad timing? Okay, sorry, I couldn't resist. 3. The military. Now let me say this. In this Godzilla world, the military try their best to protect everyone around them, just like back on our Earth. So whenever the military is around, it is best to do as they say and stay out of their way. Just let them do what they do best and try not to interfere. Although the military try, most of the time they are still no match for Godzilla's power. This has caused them to create multiple things to try to kill Godzilla. For example, the Oxygen Destroyer. Back in 2019, the military created this device to kill both Godzilla and Ghidorah as they were fighting beneath the ocean. According to the US military, this device works by activating a chemical stored within its spherical center, which causes the center to split in half and open. Once released, the chemical reacts violently with the water, oscillating oxygen molecules and splitting them. The molecules are then liquefied. This means that any organism exposed to the chemical will first suffocate from the lack of oxygen and then disintegrate. After this device detonated, it severely injured Godzilla, but it didn't affect Ghidorah because since it is from outer space, it doesn't require the need for oxygen. Another example is Mechagodzilla. Although the military didn't make Mechagodzilla, it was equipped with highly advanced weaponry, from a spiral heat ray comparable to Godzilla's atomic breath, to missiles and even jet propulsion. Whenever Mechagodzilla would hit Godzilla, it would release massive amounts of energy into Godzilla, causing Godzilla to get weaker with each hit. What made it even worse is Mechagodzilla was controlled by the left head of Ghidorah, so it was really a Mecha Ghidorah. Mechagodzilla was so powerful that Godzilla had to team up with Kong just to defeat Mechagodzilla. It was basically a Godzilla Terminator. If you can't evacuate at all, here's my suggestion. Have prepared beforehand an underground emergency shelter. This is just what I am suggesting to do, but you can do whatever you choose to try to survive. Just try to survive. Hey, that is not a joke! Who did that? Oh wait, my hand slipped and hit a button. Why is that a button? Anyway, back to surviving. For this shelter, make sure you have the following supplies. Number 1, make sure you have plenty of water, because there's a chance that you can be in there for a while. Number 2, make sure you have plenty of food that will last you a long time, like peanut butter, crackers, beef jerky, and even honey. Number 3, have a first aid kit. You never know when you need one of these. Number 4, make sure you have plenty of essential medicine. Like if someone is diabetic, make sure they have plenty of insulin. Number 5, have insulating layers, like blankets and coats. There is a good chance that the shelter will not have the best air conditioning. Staying warm is very important for your health, and it also helps you get comfortable. Number 6, have a radio handy, specifically a hand-cranked one. If you are in the shelter for a long time, it is important to know what is going on outside. So with the radio, you can tune in to the emergency broadcast to see when it is safe to come back out. The reason I said a hand-cranked radio is because eventually you will run out of battery. The advantage of the simplest things. And speaking of this same advantage, number 7, it would be handy to have a hand-cranked flashlight. You never know when you may also need one of these. Who knows? Maybe you will find something useful in that shelter that you didn't even know was there. And again, I recommend that a hand-cranked one would be best because the battery will run out. Number 8, if you are planning on going out of the shelter temporarily, it may be a good idea to wear a hazmat suit. Like I said before, these titans feed off of radiation, so whenever they are attacking a nuclear plant, like Godzilla currently is, there is a good chance that radiation will leak from the destruction. If Godzilla goes into his burning form, he will certainly leak radiation. So if you are going on a quick grocery run or just want to see the outside, I'd highly recommend having a hazmat suit. And finally, number 9, it'd be good to have common tools. Whether it is a hammer, screwdriver, tape measure, or whatever it may be, it is just good to have these. As a final recommendation, listen to emergency personnel. Whether it is through the radio or in person, anytime an emergency personnel tells you to go somewhere safe or get supplies or whatever, it would be really beneficial to listen to them. They are there to help you. You don't need to be like,
I think I can handle myself.
And if you don't have a shelter, are having trouble evacuating, and can't do anything else,
Run.
And that is it for this episode. I wonder how everything is going on below outside. Let me turn off the music. Whoa! Man, I wasn't kidding when I said that Godzilla is a destroyer. Where is he anyway? Did you hear something? Ah! He's right behind us! It's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Calm down. Remember, we have a cloaking device and ray shields. We'll be fine, right? Oh shoot, we gotta go. Okay. And go. Oof, that was close. Anyway, thanks for listening to today's episode. Please email us at sci-fi-guides@gmail.com or call us at 275-288-9076 for any episode ideas or questions you may have. And if you have any more questions regarding Godzilla, please visit Goji Center or get the Godzilla guidebook for yourself. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next time. See ya!